Stop and think about this for just a moment. Your potential does not rely on what you had or what you experienced in the past. It relies upon what you have right now. Your potential does not rely upon where you were in the past, your bad experiences or whatever. Your potential relies upon where you are at this very moment. The point is, we are sometimes living in our past, which is exactly where the narcissist wants us. The narcissist will remind us of our past failures, of what we've done wrong, and then he or she will present themselves as the antidote, as the solution to all of our problems. Now, what's going on here? Well, let's take a look at a couple things. Number one, we're going to tie this together in a second. But number one, we need to understand that we can't outperform our thoughts. For example, if you could run 10 miles but you think you can't, then you can't. Just that simple. But if you think you can run 10 miles, then you can run 10 miles if you could run 10 miles. So you say, well, I can run 20 miles. But you can only run 10 miles. But you're not going to fall short. But when you think, are you following me on this? Because it's kind of important. If you think I can only run 5 miles when you can run 10, then you're not going to run 10 miles. That's what the narcissist puts in our mind. It's called gaslighting. They want us to think that we are dependent. And dependent on them because they have provided us with very limited thinking. That they are much better than we are, therefore we have to be submissive to them. Love bombing, love bonding, we become reliant on them, we become dependent on them, we become trusting of them. But hey, that's where we were yesterday, right? That's where we were in the past. In our future, our achievements in the past don't dictate where we're going to be in the future. So our potential is where we are right now, and where we are right now is not that the narcissist is controlling our thoughts, it's that we are now controlling our thoughts in the future. Our potential belongs to us. Therefore, number two, very quickly, be sure you guard your thinking process, because that is what the narcissist is after. He wants to get inside your head. He wants to manipulate your thoughts. He wants to mind control, literally. He or she wants to control your mind, your thoughts. It's supply. It boosts their ego. They're in control of you and everybody they can control. But once they understand that you're taking back control of your thinking, they may fight, but they're ultimately going to lose. Because, hey, they have weaknesses. I mean, seriously. I came up with this thought, maybe it's a good illustration, maybe it's not. You let me know in the comment section. But imagine, okay, maybe you lived 10,000 years ago, way back in time. And you have this little primitive country that you live in, and next to your country is another country, and, you know, you're hunters, gatherers, but you're at odds with each other, and it may come to warfare. So you want to know what's going on in this enemy country, right? So what are you going to do? Now, the enemy, by analogy, represents the narcissist. I guess that's kind of obvious. So what you're going to do as the leader of your country, you're going to send in a couple spies. They're going to pretend to be citizens of the other country, or maybe travelers passing through, whatever. A couple spies go in to the foreign country, the enemy country, and they check it out. And then they come back with a report. First guy says, yeah, you know what? They got giants over there. These guys are huge. I mean, we're talking 8, 9, 10 feet tall. They're extremely strong. Their shoulders are twice as broad as anyone who lives in our country. They're going to whip us. We better not go to war with them. They can pick up a spear and they can throw that thing. That spear would weigh more than both of us combined. Bows and arrows, same thing. They will destroy us. My advice, let's don't go to war. That's where the narcissist wants us to think, that they are invincible, they are giants, that they cannot be defeated. But there's this other spy. So you get these two thoughts. The spies are your two thinking processes. The other spy went into the exact same country, saw the exact same thing, but he comes back with a totally different report. He says, those giants, I mean, they're big, but they're dumb. I mean, they're stupid. They're dumb as a box of rocks. Look at their water supply. It's not protected. It's out in the open. It would be so easy to go in and poison their water supply. And what are these giants going to do without water? And their crops, their fields. They're not protected. We could go in there and we could burn them. They're going to have nothing to eat, nothing to drink. You can't chuck spears if you're starving and dying of thirst. And what's more, look at the roads in and out of their country. They're made out of wood. We could burn those things. Sneak out in the middle of the night when they don't know we're coming, preemptively. Before they even know what's going on, we can wipe out that country. All right, so you got two lines of thinking here. The first line of thinking is spy number one, who sees the narcissist is invincible. You can't defeat him because he's just full of giants. You have this other line of thinking, the second spy, who sees very clearly, yeah, he's got these giants, but no big deal. He also has vulnerabilities that far outweigh his strengths. So which line of thinking you're going to go with, that's totally up to you. Personally, what I've experienced in my life when I've come across narcissists, and the older I get, the better I get at it. I'm in my 70s. I've learned a thing or two. And the one thing I've learned is every giant narcissist that looms way above me has massive weaknesses. And what's the saying? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And yeah, they can come down very hardly. I don't know another word for it. They can come down with a thud. We'll put it that way. So, where are you now? Well, it's not what you had. It's what you have. That's your potential. It's not what you were thinking before. It's what you're thinking now. If before you were thinking, man, the narcissist, this is a giant that's going to wipe me out. That's what you thought before, right? Well, now what are you thinking? This narcissist, all I got to do is look at his vulnerabilities, and, one of their vulnerabilities is they're overconfident. They're narcissists. They can't help but not be overconfident. They don't see their blind spots because they are so arrogant. They don't think they have any blind spots. Speaking of spots, there's a circle in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on that. You can become part of our family. Subscribe to our channel. Click the bell so you'll get notifications. Lower left-hand corner of your screen is a rectangle. Click on that. You can access our past videos. And there's a bunch of them. We will see you all next time.